Because of the homeless man and what he saw that day during the trial run, I was eventually sentenced to 6 years in federal prison for armored car robbery. It was considered a non-violent type of robbery only because I did not use an actual deadly weapon. I signed for 5, but the judge ended up giving me an extra year because of those people that I brought to the scene of the crime dressed the way I was. I basically put them in danger, you know. I spent 7 months in solitary confinement and I still don't really know the reason why. I went insane. I mean, I really did. And it was like I was fighting and I had this rage in me and it was just like, I don't know, I finally just took accountability like, hey, Anthony, you know, you only have you to blame. You're the one that got you here. You know, I just kept thinking about my kids and how they're growing up without a dad. You know, that was one thing that I just could not accept. I'd started drawing pictures, you know, just little pictures or whatever. And if they liked Elmo, I'd draw pictures of Elmo, like saying happy birthday or whatever it was. And then these pictures got more and more in depth. And the way that I looked at it was like, okay, well, they may be able to look back 10 years from now and say, you know what, my dad made a mistake. But one thing I do know is my dad loves me. Because even though those drawings suck, you know, my drawings weren't very good, there was no doubt that I put a lot of effort into it. That's how everything kind of started. And when I was released, after the 7 months, I was transferred to a prison in Florida. And when I came out of there, I was never the same. I mean, I really, I didn't talk to anybody. All my time was spent on basically making these books for my kids. And then it was just like, wow, you know, it brought me a peace. Finally, I was like doing something that wasn't for me. And I fell in love with it, and I came home and I tried to get a lot of these, you know, these works, I guess, published. I was laughed at, you know, pretty much made a fool of. I'd stay up until like 3 in the morning, like trying to learn these programs on how to get my paper illustrations into like vector illustration. It took like 5 years, but with some luck, I all of a sudden, you know, hit a bestseller. My kids were in elementary school, and, you know, parents of their friends. There was no hiding from who I was, what I did. The number one instincts we all have is to protect, you know, our young. So of course, you know, they're gonna be cautious around me. I don't blame them for that. Just knowing that, it didn't make it any easier, because as much as like I had changed, no one knows that. You know, all they know is my past. So yeah, when playing this game, of course I look back and I'm like, hey, I used to be involved with this kind of stuff and guys in organized crime, and it's like, you know, when I think back to that, it doesn't seem real, but it was, really. I mean, I am just blessed to have been given a second chance, to be able to see my kids grow up, you know, go to eventually someday see, you know, them get married, and all these first things that I'm still a part of, and I value my time. I value my time with them so much, because I lost that time.